Welcome back everyone to another Gaming on the Brain playthrough. Today we've got the 1988 bit of a strange old game, Dynamite Dux.
It's a classic still. It's, many arcades had this one back in the day. I remember
seeing it a few times.
First seeing this back in about '89 for me, and I didn't think I played it at the time, but looking at the strange enemies and characters and that, I was like, we've got to give this a shot, like, because it looks pretty maladjusted, like, but it's a great game, I think. Still,
I'm going to do something I should probably never do here, but what I'm going to do is recommend that you watch the version without us waffling on, because the music is just amazing in this game, especially the first two levels.
Get the soundtrack off YouTube. I think they should. They probably love listening to us, so you know, it's part of the charm of the channel, I think.
Watch both versions. Watch this one first with us waffling on, then watch the version without the talking.
Yeah, watch it twice.
Watch it twice.
Watch both of them twice. Watch them all.
And then like both of them, and then subscribe if you haven't already.
Great game.
Should we get it
on? Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Now, I played through this last night in full, and yeah, let's just say it's not what I remember.
It's been a long time for me. I'm a little bit more familiar with the Master System version, which had a few differences in level placement and bosses and that, I think, if I remember right. It's been so long, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. There was versions for the computers as well, and if I remember right, they were quite respectable. Amiga and that ST.
I ever played it.
I had it on the Amiga, a copy, and I remember being very close, but then the combat system's so simple: punch, kick, flying kick, and a nice little power punch.
Punch and jump kick. You can't do a normal kick.
Kernels. Oh, that's it. Yeah, it's more of a. Can't be a jump punch, not can you?
Nope.
No.
Oh, just jump kick. Literally 2 attacks. If you include jump, I suppose you've got a third.
It does get very. But that's the other thing as well, which this might be a first. Think about it. Look, well, if you aim up and down, you can. It's maybe one of the first or the first beat 'em up where you're attacking in 360 degrees. So you're attacking upwards and down. I mean, doesn't really work in a game with Double Dragons kind of depth. But in this game where generally enemies take one hit, and that it's actually it's a good idea. Like,
well, this game yesterday, I just spent most of my time just getting killed. You don't seem to have much of a
buffer,
like a invincibility between hits, so you can take multiple hits one after the other, and you just end up dying. Really.
Again, probably the coin up related, but I remember having like a lot of good. Oh, this is for the boss net. I remember having a lot of good little times with the Master System version.
But the best thing to do, the best tactic for this is just stand and shoot it. Then just take your hits like a man or a duck.
You do get a little bit of invincibility, but I don't think it's enough to really make a difference.
Nah, it doesn't make a difference.
But I remember like the graphics at the time again, 1988, and the characters, and it was like, this just looks like a living cartoon, which is pretty
crazy.
I mean, you know now, but like in 1988, this was pretty impressive stuff. Like I say, another early scrolling beat 'em up with very different levels, in the vein of Double Dragon, but with nowhere near the depth or style. And again, a game that came out before Final Fight as well. But there's nothing in the way of grab moves around this, you know. It's closer to stuff like King of Dragons by Capcom, or maybe even Dynasty Wars and that.
Yeah,
you get a lot of one-hit enemies and stuff.
Some enemies take 2 hits.
Yeah, I mean they don't allow the attack in 360 though. There's no running attacks really, you know. It's very simple combat. But again, I think this game would have sold itself at the time on its look, on its unusual look. You know, these comical characters and that. You know, it's look like a Saturday morning cartoon.
Oh, I mean, I'm not taking anything away. Graphically, it looks lovely for the 88 and that.
Have you ever worked out though, why has some of the enemies... Oh, there's a glitch. Why is some of the enemies not got bodies? I don't know this. I mean, if anyone knows, they want to comment. Like the elves.
Suzuki.
The I'll have to ask him, yeah.
He might respond to this video.
Hopefully do, Mr. Suzuki-san.
Mr. Suzuki-san.
Yeah, I remember this boss. You can shoot the bits off the air. It circles, doesn't it?
And then punch it really hard. I even thought hiding down the bottom corner of the screen might save you, but it just means you can't hit it.
You try to hit the centre, aren't you?
Yeah, you break all the rocks on the outside and then
I like the way that it gets more and more fucked up though. Like, look at it, looks drunk, looks like it's got a good hiding basically. You know, again, like really cool.
Eyes get heavier and all. He actually gets like X's in his eyes.
Yeah, when they're dead now. It's great, man. Yeah, I think we'll fight each other here, though. Shades of Double Dragon.
I don't think it's yet. I think it's the next level. Yeah, after this one.
Oh, that's it, man. There's 2 bosses for each level, isn't it?
2 bosses for each level.
Sub-boss and
6
boss.
levels, I remember right. It didn't have much of a lasting impression on us, so I don't remember.
The thing is, it's kind of an experimental game, really. Again, it's coming at a time when the side-scrolling beat 'em up was new. It hadn't maybe completely found its footing. Well, I mean, you could argue it did with Double Dragon and things that didn't need to really develop much from that, apart from obviously Final Fight game. But the props to Sega for trying something a bit different. Where they could have just went with a Double Dragon clone, a bit like their later game,
Tough Turf,
where it's a Sunsoft release and all that, but it's got Sega's name on it. I like that game actually. I fancy a 2-player on that.
It needs to be done soon. I was thinking about that.
It's
night.
not a bad. Do you know what it is, right? It does play like stripped back Double Dragon, but there's something about the music good enough. It's a longer game. I mean, it's a lot longer. It's more like it's almost a Final Fight length, to be honest. But it's about 40 minutes. But it's you hit this.
I can hit you.
But didn't think you do that. But it's
if you want to kick your ass in the boxing match after.
I was going to say, I thought with Tough Turf, though, like the bosses and the enemies, not like for very Double Dragon or Warriors inspired, you know.
Yeah.
Renegade, you know.
Well, I've never finished it, but I did play
I'm not
quite a bit of it. It was back when I played it. It must have been about 10 years ago. It was quite glitchy.
I played it on an older MAME and there was no glitches at all. Like an older MAME, so I had no problem at all. And this was like
I might be going back to even set like 37, talking way back.
Right.
But 2000 or something that was. But it's I remember I didn't complete it, but I remember feeling that it felt a bit like Renegade. More than Double Dragon.
I mean, obviously it doesn't have the button set up of Renegade.
No.
The left and right hits, which would later be more popularised in Double Dragon 2 arcade. But it does have it's that look, isn't it? It's just the enemies with leather jackets and metal knee pads and stuff like that, and headbands, bandanas and stuff. It's got that look, which is clearly Renegade, obviously being the Western version of the first Kunio-kun game, clearly inspired by the Warriors, such a classic film. Got its own game, didn't it, years later on the PS2, which turned out to be pretty fucking good, like, so
yeah, man.
It gets a good write up by a lot of people.
I won't waste time putting my name in.
I think what I like about this game and all is the diversity of enemies again, though. I mean, yeah, you've got the dogs that you're fighting on level 1, but they're always chucking something new at you, so if you do want to see what the levels give you, I mean, obviously a game like Double Dragon blew its load fairly early on. I mean, this is Double Dragon still a better game than Dynamite Dux.
Speaking of Double Dragon, I was firing up the Xbox 360 yesterday and I managed to re-download me Double Dragon.
Is that the one with the nice graphics?
Yeah, so I've recorded a playthrough.
That's gone for good now. If you never won that back in the day, that's a Double Dragon game that's now gone. So
well, it was only a few months ago I couldn't get it working. I could only play the demo, which Xbox Live thought I only had a demo of the game, but I re-downloaded it because you download your past purchase, most of them anyway, and it's worked. I managed to play through it all. Right, the trick here, Glenn, is the guard.
It's the punch.
Fucking in your face, red duck.
I kind of did it, really. Nothing's working.
This is exactly what was like with the computer with me yesterday. It just kept smashing the crap out of us. Oh, there you go.
I blame my fingers still.
Back.
No way.
Fisted you right in the belly button.
Right. I mean, I loved it every second of it.
It's the most technical fighting game I've played in a while.
I do remember that. I think you do have a fight at the end of that.
You probably do.
I think you might win this one, mate.
I will. I had practice last night.
Right, that's it. So this is the first time I've played this game in about 20 years. Anybody? So not Mark, obviously. So any winnings or
get
false
these excuses in already.
Yeah.
You see the missile launcher hiding behind the rock. It happens twice. Happens again later on. No. I'm almost like an expert. I finished in less than 24 hours.
I think you've been through about 4 or 5 times last night. You spent about 3 hours on this, didn't you?
I'd say that one was more than enough.
I'm alright. I say the same thing every time. Like, how many levels is it? 8?
6, I think.
Oh, it's not too bad. We're blasting through it though.
Aye,
is there less enemies? Is there more enemies? That would you say than 2-player? Is there more things happening?
I don't think so. Yeah, probably about the same. This bit's taken straight from Golden Axe, except you meant to go down the bottom.
Golden Axe.
The elevation change.
Golden Axe.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I've got one weird thing. You've got drift when you stop moving. When you press let go, you actually drift a little bit. You have like that momentum, which is unusual. This is a good. I remember this block.
Wonder Boy.
That's not hurting.
Nowhere near as bad.
Yeah,
that is certain it is. Just keep giving it some. You know, eventually its legs will fall off.
Yeah, they're cracking on there.
Yeah.
Kind of cool, like.
Ah, it's yeah. I mean, technically, it's like quite a achievement for 88, I think. There we go. Another one bites the dust, or turns to dust in this case. You can't go that way. I'll keep you right, mate. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, is that you getting us back for the box?
Was I hit? I didn't realise I was. I was too busy looking at the hamburger.
Oh, wait.
I was one then behind that.
Oh,
but you
fell off the cliff.
You fell off the top?
Fell off the top.
Fell off the top? Oh, that's unusual, mate. Quite rare that happened, mate. I was saying that though with the full movement, you know, if they didn't tap up and that, they probably thought, you can fall up and all.
Aye.
Fall up. But
there's another life gone. 1/3 of a 10-pence piece.
Very sad, 10-pence pieces. I'm reading that arcade book like the minute. It's good stuff. Like we're just about to move into the 90s era. We're about up to the mid 80s now. So that Arcade Britannia book for anyone interested in a good read. Well, if you like a bit of read from
there. Too many words in it for me.
It is. There's a lot of words, but then that's most books. There's a few pictures. The black white. But I'm liking them. I mean, it started off from like the 1800s and that, you know, like when fairgrounds had like mechanical machines that you would give 10 pence to a little boy, like a kid, and he would like turn a crank for you or something, you know. You didn't even have a slot to put your money in. That's where it started, and then it went into like early fruit machines and pinballs, bagatelle, which is like pinball without the flippers, basically.
Aye.
Still not that bad, like they're very expensive those machines now. And then obviously now we're into like the era, went through the 70s, we're into about the mid 80s now, so like early mid 80s, talking about Defender and Space Invaders and Scramble and the like, and that's a good read. It goes into the history of everything, so it's going to get into the more the era that interests me the most being the 90s and that, you know, so you'll talk about Street Fighter and all the classic shooters of the time once we get there, so that's going to be a big thing. I'm very surprised if it skips anything like that. I'm enjoying it. I'm halfway through.
No, good. There's not many books like that. We should write one.
Sorry. I think because it's British based, it turns out like the UK and the US, just not talking about Japan for a moment, but the US and the UK seem to have very different markets though.
Yeah.
Which I would have thought that I didn't really realise because I never looked into it too much. If I said seemed to be like obviously from about the 90s, say the early but Street Fighter era really, that's when things started to sort of like come together. You know, I mean, obviously you had the video game Clash of '82 as well, which even though it's called Arcade Britannia, the book, I'd be surprised if it doesn't actually mention that at all. You know, just with it didn't really affect the UK as much, but it was a thing, obviously.
Yeah.
Get in, what I'm in need with that. So that'll be interesting. I like it, mate. I think it's a good book, like.
I can't think of many games where Star is the bad guy. Star's are usually good.
Something you pick up with it.
Yeah.
This one's not letting us pick it up. I don't remember this. I don't think I've played through this version. I think I have only played the Master System, because that's why I said I think the Master System's shorter. I think it's a shorter game with less enemies and bosses. Possibly like only half the levels even, which was a thing in some of the Master System games.
It was cartridge size now.
Sometimes it was down to versions, or I mean, there was a game called Captain Silver, I believe that's what it's called. That was I think a Data East side-scrolling sort of, a little bit like Shinobi, you know, where you platform beat 'em up sort of thing, where you were stabbing pirates and that. and there was a few versions of that. Like it was an arcade game and it was a NES game as well. But there was a NES version that was only, one of the Master System versions, the UK one I think, was half the size of the American version.
Tight Gits didn't want to use a bigger cartridge.
It's that it's exactly that. They just used a 2 meg as opposed to 4 meg or something. So
shocking that, isn't it?
Especially when you've literally lost half the game, you would pay the same price probably.
It'd been wouldn't have been a budget release.
Do you know what makes it even more shocking though? I've seen both versions of the manual. In the UK, like whichever version it is, if it's the UK one short or the American one, it's got everything. It just assumes that like it's the full game. So you've got levels and enemies mentioned in the manual which aren't even there. It would have been. It was bad enough when computer games did it. You know, like US Gold would release, you get an Amiga version of something, and the manual would be like talking about the Amiga version only and the controls and stuff and levels and enemies, and then you'd get your Commodore, your Spectre version, and the game was like half the game was missing.
I'll just show you the screenshots. And
I mean, yeah, but those games tend to be way cheaper, you know. I mean, you pay £10 for like £10 for average full price Spectre or Commodore Amstrad game, but if you pay about 30 to 40 quid for the Master System cartridge release, you know, it's a bit of a swizz, like. So,
oh God, I
haven't used that word for a while.
All that extra money just for the convenience of not having to press play on the tape and sit back for an hour.
Mind you, I don't know if you know this, but PC Engine version of R-Type did it the best way, like.
Two cartridges.
Releasing two U-card size that is their format.
Each card.
But they were called R-Type 1 and R-Type 2, and it's like, well, if you didn't realise and you thought you were getting actually R-Type 2 and you're not, you're getting R-Type 1 Part 2.
They released the CD version?
They did a full complete game with extras and everything. In fact, I believe there's 2 CD versions now. Or what I could be thinking is, I think I've got that wrong, I think there's the CD complete, I think it's called R-Type Complete with extra levels and not extra levels but extra music and some cutscenes. And then I think the Japanese, if I got right, I do know. I think the Japanese version of the original R-Type is on a full U card, if I've got that right. Or it's the American release as complete. I think it's the American version came as one complete game. Because that's shite that.
I can't remember which way around it is. But yeah, I knew about that.
Yeah.
Shocking. Come get some. Come on! Oh, get out, straight to the shops.
Can I do now?
I know, that's once you get pinned in the corner, you can't even use your duck to get out of it.
I can use my duck, I am a duck.
Oh, that's a good point. It's called block, but you're not blocking, you're
I'm not blocking, I'm trying to block. I'm just going to do it until I die. These sections are boring.
Oh, it's terrible because I keep winning.
That's great, isn't it?
That's why it's terrible for you.
Just got to stand in the corner of the next one.
See, you do realise though there's like 3 or 4 fights here, so that pretty much means I'm winning. You might have won the last 2 double dragon fights.
No, I don't mind. If it makes you feel better, I'll tell you what my strategy, my special winning strategy for the next round is to stand in the corner and just hit punch. So I'm not going to move. So at worst, it's a draw. Oh, get off the cliff. That's what you get. Oh, falling with spikes.
Oh, God.
I don't remember some of this stuff. Like, say I played through this once and
it's quite forgettable though.
No, I think the level design is quite good. I mean, there's some.
The levels are not. You get.
There's some.
Fell off the edge,
I mean, the enemies are starting to repeat a little bit now, like, but that's halfway through the game, so that's not too bad. Like, I'd be a bit gutted if, like, after level 1, you were just fighting. Well, saying that the Indian, do we call them that now?
No.
The Native American dogs, or whatever they are, definitely something I can't remember at all. So again, something I've seen all the Master System version, or am I thinking about the Amiga version? It just doesn't have all the stuff in it. So it could be stripped back, maybe that's half a game, or it's just knock all the enemies, because I don't remember all these characters.
There's tons of different enemies.
I don't remember all this, so I have a feeling like, definitely had it on the Amiga, because I remember playing, this is a boss?
Yeah, you fight the
King Penguin? Nah, don't remember him at all. Like, this makes me want to know. I know, or Happy Feet, or Unhappy Feet in this case. But I'm thinking about watching some, I'm not playing it, fancy watching some long plays of all the computer version now in the Master to see what's missing. So
you're not allowed to watch long plays, we do long play, like play through. You're obliged to only watch our channel.
Right then, I think we need to, after this, we need to play all the home versions, the Master System. It probably came out on the Wii service.
I'll let you do that. Not drop me flame. You must keep punching so I keep dropping your flame.
I'm down there. Your fist isn't that big.
It is when you charge it up.
I just don't. I just keep tapping it.
Oh.
It's too much effort.
Oh, look, I went behind the scene. I think you can jump over there. I'm just going to try something. Wait, watch. No, you can't.
You jump off the
you
top,
can
maybe.
lose weapons behind it, though.
This reminds of Commando, really, not where you got these blokes with
Aye.
mortars and that behind the box. Oh, I fell off.
I'm trying to avoid getting hit, but it's just not possible. Ow, possible.
Oh, it's terrible, lad. You've really got to get on the edge of that jump, like. Music is cool, like.
Hey,
Music is good, like.
this isn't one of the more memorable tracks. It's the first 2 levels that are just absolutely amazing. I quite fancy like redoing them in like a rock theme or like a something like a trancey theme or something. Oh, look at that, man! See, even the mole just comes from nowhere.
Him again? You again!
So yeah, we've already repeated the fire. You get the repeats of the rock. So
The Rock.
the rock, not that rock.
But where this is the boss of the level then?
Yeah, it is this time. Yeah,
He was.
he was a halfway boss last
Was
time,
he?
I think. I'm sure he was.
Oh, I hate when they do that. I don't mind so much when if they repeat it as a fire boss game, but like a new colour scheme and tougher or something. That's lazy, but it's something, you know. I mean, even Steel Empire like did that, but it changed that boss a bit.
Yeah.
The purple, you know what I mean? That ship. They changed it a bit and added some weapons on, so you probably thought, I'm just if I'm fighting the same old middle boss again, but it's not.
Actually,
Mark's Double Dragon 3.
it is. Yeah, you fight what's the name? Cleopatra.
Oh, cool.
No, you don't really.
Oh.
Do you know that looked like a Space Invader in the background almost?
Not
Yeah,
three.
like stone
It's a three-trunked elephant.
Aye.
Oh no, it's not a Space Invader. It looks like a lander.
Yeah, the land.
It's a lander, aye, from Defender.
Oh yes, aye.
Oh, it's a three-trunked elephant, isn't it? Triple trunk.
There's a bazooka for you.
Little red cheeks on the missile, isn't it?
Jump.
Oh, I missed everything. There was the whole thing.
Oh, homing bazooka.
Just a little bit of extra history about Dynamite Dux, even though it's late in the game. But Bin and Pin, I assume Bin's the blue one and Pin's the red one. But it does tell you actually, it's at the top screen there. Did go on to, sort of Bin, but he's been renamed Bean for some reason. He went on to star in Sonic the Fighters.
Ah, yes.
Which is
yes.
That's getting a little bit more traction lately. There's a few people like sort of, you know, it was completely unheard of being a Japanese exclusive for a long time, but there's it's got a little community going somehow.
Might have to play through it.
Aye, it's the fighting system's not that bad actually. But
It's Sega STV though, isn't it?
It's I believe it is. Yeah, I believe it is.
Probably best off doing it on the Saturn.
Maybe aye, but it didn't. I think it's an arcade exclusive.
Ah. I'm
it's
sure I've got it and played it. Oh no, I think it's Model 2, maybe.
It might be, then it might be actually. It's just, I can't remember the hardware, Tom.
Yeah, I think it might be Model 2, you know.
You play a green version of these, and these days called Bean, so just so you know, there's fighting against Sonic. Fits right in though, really.
Yeah, no,
fits right in. Probably done him in green so he doesn't get confused with Sonic. So.
Aye, it is pretty much the same blue.
But it was kind of cool to see a character which by then would have been like 3-4 years. Well, the game came out in '96 or '7 or something, so would have been nearly a decade out of date. So it's nice to see he never got forgotten about.
Yeah, well, it's just another one of Sega's IPs that they've got hiding, tucked away in a filing cabinet.
I'm surprised, right? I mean, I know this game isn't amazing, but I'm surprised that they haven't sort of made like a newer version, but as a download, you know, as a downloadable game, and maybe tarted it up a bit, made the combat system a bit more fleshed out, or a true sequel. But like, you know, because in this day and age where you've got like Streets of Rage 4 and Double Dragon, the new Double Dragon game, that's not the bosses. It looks like it is.
It is, right? Yeah, you've got to kick him in the ball.
Aye.
I think you do anyway. That's what I did last night.
Yeah, that's hitting. That's hitting. Aye.
Then he has like 3 different.
Has he got B, or is that a really big smile? It's B, isn't it? Look at it, a big toothy grin.
He's got like a Homer Simpson.
What is he meant to be? Is he a man or is he a Is he dead?
He's a dwarf now.
Oh, he's a dwarf.
Is it okay to use the word dwarf?
I think it's illegal. Is anyone offended by the word dwarf? Are they called little people now? Or?
Well, one.
I think
Congratulations, Glenn.
I think we have to fight, mate. This is going to be it. I'm just going to sit in the corner. If I win this, man, this is the decider, even though you won the previous 2, 3, whoever it was.
She's so happy.
Time out. It's going to be on video forever.
So happy. Oh, I don't need to do that.
Martinez on the Masterton. Where's Mike?
You obviously didn't get a high enough score.
Oh, God. It's my hand is still not right. Oh, it's just, what balls?
It is, yeah. Oh, that was it. Done.
It was still enjoyable. It was a nice little length, though. That was alright.
It's not bad. It's better than 2-player game, but that's pretty much every game. Well, most games.
I
anyway.
want to do a SWAT next, like.
Yeah, I think we should do that next time. We'll do a few Sega games and then some Capcom games.
Stuff,
Keep a look out for that.
Go for that, yeah. But that was good, but a bit of fun with that, nice and simple. All I'm going to do now, though, is do a little bit of research into the other versions and find out what the crack is with them, like. So.
Well, if there's any that you think are worth playing through, we'll do them.
Yeah.
But once again, everyone, thank you very much for joining us, and have a great weekend. It's Friday here now in the Ook, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
See you later.
Bye.